Oh my god. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's not real. This guy's out of this planet. Honestly, this guy's an alien. Like, there's no words. He's
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We have to react to what damage that Erling Haaland has done to Manchester United, and all sorts of records this guy's going to break. This guy's a monster. He's an absolute monster. He's a beast. He's making a mockery of this particular league. He's making it look like the Farmers League. He's not real. He's a machine. He's an absolute machine. We've got quite a few things to talk about. We'll obviously talk about this particular match. Erling Haaland is a machine. We will talk about Bruno Lage being sacked as well by Wolves just before our match against them. So we'll talk about that, AC Milan and their injuries that they have. So we'll touch on that, and then we'll wrap things up with some Chelsea news. But first up, ladies and gentlemen, look at this guy tweeting, Erling Haaland, Man City. I mean, this guy, he's making a mockery of this particular league. He's got something around, 14 goals in the Premier League, correct me if I'm wrong. After eight games, he's got all up 17 goals in all club competition. He's going to break all sorts of records. He will break all sorts of records. There's talks about what can he reach. I think he's probably going to reach, if nothing happens to him, injuries or anything like that, he's probably going to cross 40 goals in all club competition. He really will. We'll definitely touch on a little bit about Foden and KDB as well. Manchester is blue. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I had a feeling that Man City were going to punish Man United. Man United thinking that they're going to counter-attack and try and get some goals. Some of the goals that Man City scored, oh my God, they were electric. They're a point behind Arsenal. Arsenal, I think, will be a good challenge for Man City, but I think Arsenal will get pasted by them too. No disrespect to Arsenal. Arsenal playing some fantastic football, and I feel they're the real deal as well. I really think they're the real deal. But Man City, who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? I know they've uncharacteristically have dropped a few points here and there with some draws, but they've, with this lethal weapon, Erling Haaland, and they use him to the ultimate best way, like to get the best out of Erling Haaland. They use him, they feed him non-stop. They know he's the guy who's going to bang in goals. They know if you give him enough chances, he more than often enough, he's going to put those chances away. And this is what's happening right now. Some of the goals he scored against Man United. Oh my God, that header. I think it was towering over the butcher, Lisandro Martinez. There was another ball from KDB where he goes into the far post and smashes it in. And then there was another first-time finish inside the box. It's just unbelievable, man. I'm worried when this guy comes up against us. I'm really worried. He is going to set some sort of record. I think, we talk about Messi and Ronaldo, and I know they've played many matches, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this guy's probably the next big thing after them. Like, once those guys are done and dusted, this guy is probably going to give them a run for their money. But we'll see. We've now seen it for a few seasons as well. Like, it's not like Erling Haaland, this is a new sensation. Like, we've now seen it in Dortmund as well. He was banging goals. Salzburg as well. He was banging in goals. Erling Haaland in the Premier League, 8 games, 14 goals, 3 assists, 3 hat-tricks, 3 back-to-back hat-tricks as well at home. Do you know what I mean? And there's a ridiculous stat that's gone around. He's apparently got as many hat-tricks as players like Lampard, Drogba, Son, and a few others after 8 games. Like, that's incredible. Those guys have played, do you know what I mean, a lifetime in the Premier League. Erling Haaland sets 5 new records with Manchester City, hat-trick versus Man United. I mean, look, unbelievable what is going on over there. And this guy is going to annihilate every team out there. Very, very worried when Chelsea come across Manchester City. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Bruno Lage. Bruno Lage, official statement has been provided by Wolves, but this is what Fabrizio Romano had tweeted. Official confirmed, Bruno Lage has been sacked by Wolverhampton after poor results per club statement. Wolves board will be open talks with candidates to job next week. After Wolves' decision to sack Bruno Lage, it is thought to be unlikely that a replacement will be in place for their Premier League clash against Chelsea. Look, did it have to be just before our game? Like, couldn't we just wait a little bit longer? I'm a little bit worried about the manager bounce, but to be honest, who cares? Who cares? We've not been playing a complete match as yet. I know it's the new coach, but prior to that, under Tuchel, we weren't playing well either. So we have to be patient, of course. So we shouldn't worry too much about what manager they have, but you worry a little bit in the sense that how is the Wolves squad? How are they going to react? Is there going to be a bit of a bounce? I wish he just stuck around for one more game. We get the victory against them, and then he gets the sack. But they wanted to change things around, and I understand why, because their results have been absolutely pathetic from the start of this season. Loss against Leeds, draw against Fulham, loss against Spurs, had a win in the Carabao Cup, draw against Newcastle, draw against Bournemouth, first win seems like against Southampton, pasting against Man City, and a loss against West Ham, who have not been playing well, and now they've got us. Look, we need to beat them. We need to continue with this. Hopefully, this momentum. We got to win against AC Milan, and we now straight after that we have to focus on Wolves and have to beat them and continue going further up in the table. There is no space for complacency. There is no space for stuffing up against these guys. So I'm weary, but I don't want to be too concerned. It is what it is. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about AC Milan and the injuries. Look, a whole heap of their players are injured, but Rafael Leao is still there. As long as Rafael Leao is there, I'm going to have to take them very, very seriously. This is our match next up in the Champions League. We have to win this in order to stay in the Champions League contention and not look at a possible exit. It's a huge match, man. After what Stefano Pioli, I think that's his name, the manager, what he said in the international break, that Empoli is the bigger match. If they just show up against us and do the basics, they should get a result. Like the disrespect, that's how I felt. That's how I want to interpret it. I hope our players saw those quotes and really take the game on these guys. Milan would be without David Calabria, Simon Kea, Alexis Salamakers, Mike Magnan. That's a big loss. Theo Fernandez is a big loss. Florenzi and a few other players that are not available in the Champions League. Look, as I said, still, Rafael Leao is available. So for me, it's still quite serious. But ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about some of these players that are not available. Are some of them big names? For me, Mike Magnan, their goalkeeper, and of course, Theo Hernandez is a huge one. But I don't watch AC Milan often enough to know who are crucial. Simon Kea, I think, as their defender, I suppose. But they've got Tomori over there and a few other defenders, so they should be okay from that point of view. Now, some quotes that's gone around for Chelsea. Arsene Wenger first up. Chelsea do not look consistent at the moment. They have not found the confidence to compete for the league. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. There's no doubt about that. We are still finding our feet. Look, the positive that I want to take from this is we've not played at our best as yet. So our best is yet to come. New manager, new philosophy, new style of, football that we're trying to play. It's going to take a bit of time. We need to be patient. So I'm happy to be patient. And whilst being patient, if we can keep up these victories, whether it's ugly or not, who cares? If we can still pick up the victories, that's going to go a long way to the confidence of the players. So, look, no way we're challenging for the league. Definitely not this season. But as we've seen, what Potter has done at Brighton and the philosophy he's been able to embed there, and now they're carrying on with it. Once he gets that going with us, will be far more fruitful for the long run. Conor Gallagher, this is what he had to say post-match. Potter said, "I've got a really important role and I need to keep working hard, remembering who I am and what I am best at. And when given the chance to be as effective as I can be, I just need to keep impressing the manager." Further goes on to say, there's a lot of top players in Chelsea's squad, so it's not going to be easy to get the game time I want, but I'm going to do my best to show that I'm ready and I want to be as effective as I can when given the opportunity. I love this attitude. I love it, man. He's not complaining, saying the right things, and you can see it. For him, it's just an unbelievable moment to be part of the Chelsea squad, but at the same time, he takes it seriously. He's being patient. Every time he's given an opportunity, you can see the fire in his belly, the desire, and that needs to be rewarded. I've said it in recent times. It's time he gets the opportunity ahead of Mason Mount, and it's time even Christian Pulisic gets a bit of opportunity ahead of Kai Havertz. A couple of changes I would definitely make from the get-go against AC Milan. Two of those players need to feel the competition, need to feel that there are players hot on their heels. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely banging on the door, and they need to get an opportunity. I love this, and I hope Conor Gallagher keeps harnessing that hunger. John Terry, this is what he had to say. I honestly don't think Chelsea job is too big for Potter. I think what he did at Brighton was incredible. When you speak to anyone within the training ground or around the place, what he's done on the field, he's spoken for itself. The way he plays the formation, but also the way he's with the players. And I think in this day and age, if you're a young manager, you need to understand the players. And I think these young managers like him understand the players better than anybody and can relate to them. Do you know what? We don't talk about this often enough. This modern era of players, they seem to require a different way of management. Gone are those days of Frank Lampard, Drogba, like they were real proper men, and they knew exactly what needed to happen. That's what managers like Jose Mourinho succeeded at that time. They didn't need to babysit some of these players as much as they need to do now. Probably babysit's not the right word, but do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be far more involved and far more, from a human level, talk to them, understand them. That's where the management is going now. And I think Graham Potter understands that. This is one area with his background in, human communications and whatnot. Like, what's that degree that he had? Psychology or something that he's done. Look, it's going to come in handy. His way to connect with some of these youngsters, he may get the best out of them. So, look, I don't think the job is too big for Graham Potter. Yes, some may say it could be the similar situation of how Moyes went to Man United, but I think Graham Potter is a smart operator, man. Like, he's probably one of the best English manager, if not the best English manager right now, and he's done a bit of madness in Brighton. So I'm keen to see what he's able to do with the set of players that we have. Graham Potter, we've got a really intense period coming up. We've got 12 games in 6.5 weeks, so we need everybody. It's impossible to play with 11 players, so Conor Gallagher will get his time. He'll get his chance. He'll get his opportunities to perform. And there was a place where Graham Potter also said, it is about consistency, but it's very difficult to be consistent when you've got that many games. You're going to have a bit of inconsistency and you're going to have a bit of rotation, which is very understandable. If you don't rotate in so the matches are coming through so frequently, you're going to potentially end up getting more injuries in the team, and we need to be able to manage that. So, look, I get that. There will be rotation, and it may not. Some fans may say, we need a little bit more consistency. But we have to understand, at this point of the season, it's going to be very difficult to bring that team consistency. They will need to galvanize together. They will need to work hard for each other and, have a one single goal, which is for Chelsea Football Club to succeed. So they have to put aside their own personal feelings and frustrations and whatnot and really hone in on playing for Chelsea Football Club. Ladies and gentlemen, look, that is pretty much it for today. Biggest Factor is all about Erling Haaland, what a monster he is. And he's making a joke and a mockery of this league. Bruno Lage being sacked as well. Huge news. Let me know how you feel about everything that we've talked about. Some of those Chelsea quotes from different people, Conor Gallagher, Graham Potter, Arsene Wenger as well. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about each and every one of those. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We're only about 50 away from 17,000 subscribers, so let's get there. Hope to see you guys very, very soon. Until next time, see ya.